So, I'm apparently still bright purple Akuma. Welcome to the stream, everybody. To be honest, probably not the weirdest way of introduce the stream, but you know, that's just how it is. Hiya, Pudgy. How are you today, mate? I'm good. I'm very warm at the moment because the UK's doing that thing again where the weather's suddenly turned into a bloody furnace, but again, that's just how it is. But yeah, I'm just gonna be doing some grinding today because I want to get myself somewhat set up before Fire Update 2 hits. One thing I am going to do right off the bat, take the Raidal weapons off me wish list. Why? Considering who the headliner is for Tile Update 2? Well, we're going to be getting new Thunder weapons anyway. Of course, we have Rise flagship being the big monster for the tile update, Legiacrus. Or was it pronounced Legiacrus? Oh. Tempered tier 2 monster. Yeah, that actually seems fairly doable.
You have any requests?
Yeah. I'm definitely adding, well, the final upgrades for the Rathalos SNS and Bow for one key reason.
My hammer is yours anytime.
Legiacrus, or Legiacrus, however hell you pronounce it, is weakest to fire. Last I checked, because let's be honest, the last time anyone fought it, it was either Generations or Generations Ultimate.
Okay, see you later.
I still remember when that thing scared the absolute shite out of me back in 3 Ultimate. Anyone else actually play Trial 3 Ultimate? Because, well, what they did with Legiacrus was a bit evil. Because if you only did the village quests, once you've figured out how the tutorial is, how to finish a bloody tutorial, like I had to, you'll be tasked with gathering monster guts from these water small monsters, and then sodding Legiacrus just randomly appears. I go, yep, no, you probably don't want to fight that, you might want to stay clear of it. And it scared the willies out of me. Why am I still using him again? Have I... I don't have a set of gear to really... Okay, quickly throw... Yeah, but... Oh yeah, I made that the other day. This... Then... the other arc failed one for 2 in weakness exploit, and then the last one was the Mizu. That. So that'll give me 3 weakness exploit burst. And the gore set bonus. Let's. Oh yeah, can easily slot in the last 2 bits of weakness exploit. Because for some reason I have 3 tenderizer jewels. This. 2 things of color essence, because the reason why I go for the gore head is because it gives you 1 off the bat. Oh, I do have. Oh. Oh yeah, because I'm not using the legs, so I. Okay, that's the first one. Okay. Just familiar myself with what I actually have. Well, if it comes to it, I can just plop in another sane jewel there so I get the full. No wait, there's a bit on the head for another level 1 slot. Okay. Oh yeah, I forget I literally do have grip boost jewels, so I can make this, the Rathlos weapons even more powerful. Go. Yeah, I think this will do. Oh no, wait. Switch to. Whatever I have, really. Or did I want to go after Gore first, so I can actually finish off? No, it's not Gore I need to take down. It's any frenzy monster. Alright, let's see what we can scare up, eh? Rathlos. Oh. Wait, mother of fucking armor decorations. Yeah, I'm saving that. I know I already have an Arc-Veiled investigation saved, but holy crap. And another Arc-Veiled there, and a tempered Arc-Veiled there. The thing is, it don't give you that much. You're better off trying to do the 2-2 ones. Yep, I do have a Gore one. I have this one which is sort of split between two, but then you have this one which is just purely armor decorations.
All right. Let me know if you change your mind.
Okay. So what I'm looking out for is tempered monsters, especially like mission info.
Hello.
Oh. So we're gonna need to cycle. Yeah. Gonna.
I was given a yes. I can help you source materials.
That's awful. Ish. To be fair, I can see why the sort of farm system they put in this game takes a bit of a backseat.
Goodbye.
Because you get so many resources and Zenny, you really don't need a lot. Omagala one. Ah. A tempered Mizu. I hear that's actually bloody hard. Especially because it's technically an 8-star. Same. Now where is that Scylla? Yep. Say that as an investigation. Ooh. Was that a tier 1 monster? So, what I need are friendly shards, which are the lowest level of frenzy material Medublies. Which is what I need for crafting the gore weapon. Might be like, why don't you just go for the Arkfeld or Zelshir weapons?
Don't let them
Hey, I don't think I'm a high enough thing rank for Zelshir yet. Because I'm guessing you might have to be Hunter rank 100 or something. And yeah. Nightmare mandibles, nightmare mandibles. Ow. Okay. This could just be a me observation, but I feel like the Scylla uses the Nightmare Mandibles more than it's did back in 4. Again, it could just be me. Cause yeah, never felt like it used it quite that often. It more used it when it actually webbed you up, almost, or put you to sleep, almost like it was lining it up, so that it can hit you with the Nightmare Mandibles a lot easier. Like the meticulous hunter it should be. Hopefully this bit won't actually... Okay, there it fucking combo.
It's over. No, can't sit careless.
Yeah, it's already on its deathbed. Because the thing about friendly monsters, I think I've mentioned this a few times. They have bug or health.
I hope you'll have me along again.
So if you can deal with the increasing aggression, you can quite easily speed up your grinding a bit.
This thing's a trove of new data.
There we go.
Make room for me too. A little gathering goes a long way.
Did I want to quickly... Yeah, I think I'm gonna quickly take on this Chattercobra as well, because I still need from it for Exploiter Charm?
A supply ship.
A Weakness Exploit Charm? There's no bearing on the gore equipment or the setup I'm currently making. Or it might. Can you actually upgrade the Weakness Exploit Charm to level 2? I can't remember if you can. It was always refreshing when they make the first large monster you fight not a bloody bird wyvern. As cool as Great Zuchi was in what? Rise? It was still just starting bird wyvern. You know, I kind of just noticed a pattern for me in terms of how I feel about the monsters in Monster Hunter games. World and Iceborne? Yeah, a lot of the monsters I really could care less about. like, I don't like Angina particularly much. Gyarados is one of the dullest monsters I've ever fought. And certain other ones, again, I could care less about. Rise was a lot better. The new monsters were cool. The only ones in the monster roster I weren't massively keen on were the ones that were from World and Basarios. Because Basarios is annoying to fight. Then you got Wilds, where I don't think there's really a monster I outright dislike. There's some I'm not massively keen on, like Ufduna. But yeah, there's just not any that I actively dislike. Character was interesting because, well, it's not a pack animal like a lot of these first hunts tend to be in Monster Hunter games.
I set a bomb. Bomb set.
And the first real pack monster, well, the way they sort of do pack monsters in this game, where it's like a pack of large monsters, yeah, makes it go from that concept go from just mild annoyance to actually, god damn it, I only got one from that. Oh damn, temperature I had. If only the wards were a bit better. But I think for that I need to do some optional ones.
Wow, we sure got here fast.
Yeah, I need to do a couple of optional ones. Because this one's using the Gormagala dual blades. I really like the dual blades that are just claws. I think they're just awesome.
Yes.
Okay, location. Right, the Nasilla again. I'm gonna try to say the lucky tickets for the Tempered Wrath loss. Why? The tier 2 tickets are
Commencing quest now.
pain in the ass to actually. Now the hunter symbols as a whole,
Don't let them
I don't. I'm not sure about how they handle that. Because it's very much like the afflicted parts from Sunbreak, but because of how many you need for an upgrade and how few you get from a hunt. Whereas with Sunbreak, with the afflicted parts, you could get multiple of them. But some only showed up from specific monsters. Like an afflicted claw might only come from a afflicted Great Azuchi or something, just for an example. How
Hang on, Hunter.
where's the dung pods? I'm splitting. I'm splitting them up. But yeah. You know, part of me does want to make Monster Hunter a bit more of a regular thing on the schedule again.
I'm mounted.
But at the same time, I do want to go more into like the game history side of things. A bit. Like potentially playing old games and that sort of thing. And it was always fun to actually explore old games like that. Especially ones that I personally played as a kid. Cause well, it's always interesting revisiting games from your childhood, cause you might think differently about it now.
Research opportunity. Can't let it go to waste.
Like how like take the recent playthrough I did of Sonic and the Secret Rings. There were parts of that game I remember dreading as a kid. Mainly the stealth attack missions. Well, or the one mandatory one you had to do.
Yeah.
But I really didn't have any trouble with it. Just cause I have a lot more experience with it, so well, or with games in general.
Commencing quest now. Are you prepared?
Hopefully this should be the last time we see Frenzy Nasilla today. I say hopefully, cause you know how Monster Hunter's RNG loves to screw people over. Okay, I'm splitting them up from the get-go this time.
I'm with you.
It's just gonna make life easier.
On guard.
Alright. Here we go. You know, if I knew I'd be fighting this thing so damn much, I probably would have put a slight arachnophobia warning in here. But, yeah, giant spiders make good video game bosses for a lot, or an easy video game boss design, if you think about it. I know it's scary, it's something everyone probably wants dead, so yeah. You gotta make them scary so they feel like an accomplishment when you topple them. It's same with like some bosses just being giant animals. Hell, that's essentially what Monster Hunter is based upon. Just, well, if you think about it, you are just fighting giant fantasy creatures. Well, not fantasy creatures really, but just giant creatures in general. Yeah, even Ramshackle, or even Incomplete itself actually works really well. I also find that compared to World and Rise, where
Most impressive display.
you're gonna want sharpness skills, here it feels like you really don't.
This is a rare research opportunity.
I suppose that's
Can't let it go to waste.
maybe because of the fact that where you can put them on, where you have to put them on weapons, you don't really think about them too much. Yep, that is exactly the number I need.
Have a moment. Werner said he wants to talk to you.
Oh, okay.
Said he needs you in Suja. It's urgent.
So you have to be Hunter rank 50 to unlock Zoshia, the Zoshia hunt.
Ah, hey. We need to talk about the Dragon Torch. Hang on, Olivia's here too.
It's my favorite character in this game.
Did Werner send for you? Well, we had that area sealed off, but the Allharkin has given us a troubling report.
Yes. Faint whispers began to... At first, I could not...
You don't mean Zoshia.
Unfortunately, we've discovered multiple budding cocoons on site. We removed many of the small ones, but it seems to have had no effect on the majority.
And this is where you say, let's stop the Dragon Torch. So let me remind you. You can't do that. It's an unstudied biological energy.
Yes, I'm aware. I had no...
Good. Wait, really?
Alright. Then why don't you let us check it out?
Yes.
Of course. No one knows what...
As for me,
I'll make my own preparations and stand by for your SOS.
I thought we were done with Soshia. We can't go in underprepared.
Right. I'll come find you once I'm ready to go.
I'll be here.
Oh. Okay, I guess we're doing this today as well.
Hey. What are we making today?
Perfection.
Hello. Look good?
Well, it's a good thing
Alrighty,
we have the gold
perfect.
weapons now. Though something tells me we might be replacing those with the Soshia weapons at some point. Because from what I hear, the Soshia gear is bloody good. Okay. Might want to... Yeah, might want to actually sort out some food. In Suja, cause in Grand Hub, cause I get the distinct feeling I'm gonna need the insurance bit, cause yeah, something tells me this fucker's gonna cart me at least once. Let's be completely honest. Right. Yeah, this one's probably the best one to go for, cause Defender. Can't be understated just how useful the Defender food skill and the Divine Blessing
Wow, you sure got here fast.
armor skill actually is. Yeah, it can significantly reduce the amount of damage you take over the course of a hunt. If you were to spec into any defensive skills, that would be one I would suggest speccing into. If you have the slots. You could also spec into just basic defense boost, but you might not see as much of a return unless you stack it high. Yeah, I think we'll
Shall we head for the
give it a
Dragon
shot.
Torch? Or would you like to check a different quest first?
I know we're meant to be grinding,
Okay.
but
I wish you the best of luck.
might as well take the opportunity to knock it out. Again, especially cause I hear it's a bit of a doozy. Cause even if we don't actually beat it, we at least know what we're up against, and we can like grind so we can beat Soshia as well. Sometimes with grinding, it's not about grinding harder, it's grinding smarter. Funny enough, people say that about content creation and streaming. Okay.
Right then. I can't miss that.
Yes, buffs. Definitely buffs.
Something is definitely different
I
from before.
definitely need
We should be
to get
careful.
more of these at some point. Alright, I need a road to get over there. You can tell I'm still partly used to the movement mechanics from Rise. Oh damn. Oh. I thought I was gonna do a tail slam for me. And this is why I like having a shield. Ow. Uh-oh. God. Why did they make Fortitude a bloody set bonus? I could have really used that as a bit of a safety net. Not doing too badly here. But yeah, after this we'll probably go after the Tempered Wrath boss. I suppose the Seiko is probably the reason why I don't really use sharpness skills. Why? Well, well, that nearly fucking eviscerated me, so... Wouldn't the bulb be a better option? Not so much for staying at range, is because I take less elemental damage when wielding. Ow. Thing. Plus, I'm actually somewhat good at doing the fancy dodge with bow nowadays. That's a fancy dodge the bow has in this game. Does this oh, it has blast cone too. Nice. Read up on how effective blast is on this guy. Let's find out, shall we? You know, I think Sword and Shield and Bow really works well as, like, double axe. Bow covers the whole range weakness. And sword and shield is technically more of a defensive. Discerning dodge, that's what it's called. Dang it. Still need practice with the discerning dodge, I'm not gonna lie. But I think I'm getting there. Oh, isn't there one attack as Oshia's where the safe spot is literally right behind it? I can't remember which one though. Okay. Good thing about having support hunters, they will heal your ass up when you need it. Yep. Okay, 150. Okay, so Blast is a smidge more effective than it is on other monsters. Because usually Blast does about 100 damage. The hit songs on display ain't great for Golga. But then again, that's one of the downsides of ranged weapons. They don't have great hit zones. Yeah. Best way to think about it, you're trading offense or safety and range. That's the way I view... Hell, that's the way I view ranged weapons in a lot of games too. Like bows and the bow guns in this game. Any ranged character in Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 is like that as well. I don't have the greatest damage or dagger potential in the game, but you can keep enemies at arm's length, which might be preferred in some instances. Like you find a boss that is... Why did I dodge into that? You find a boss that is particularly hard to get in close with, like one I can think off the top of my head is the Doctor Strange fight. So that particular boss fight is actually a pain in the ass, no matter where you're standing. Any boss that sort of has a lot of AoE centered, AoE attack centered on itself. I feel like I'm either going to be perfect blocking or perfect guarding or discerning dodging a lot of stuff, and I'm to a point where I'm just going to get really obnoxious. But hey, that's just how I am sometimes. I make up for not having the fastest.
Flames! The will crystal is going to ignite! Crystals are on fire. We have to destroy them before the
Ha, bitch. 1 HP and a goddamn dream. Ooh, that's a cool attack. That was the definition of I lived, bitch. You can't block that. You can't block that. You can't block that. Bollocks. I couldn't block that either. Luckily,
those flames. It's using the will crystals to spread the fire. You might mitigate the threat if you destroy the crystals before it can ignite them.
Have a nice hunt. Time for a few quick reps.
luckily,
I'm glad you're alright.
is a perfect time to restock and resupply and take stock of the situation. So yeah, I'm definitely in phase 2 now. I wonder if it's sort of like Ginger HUD, where it's probably weaker when you first fight, when you're doing the actual story fight, so that, well, you can do the story fight, and the actual repeat fight is probably a bit harder. I don't know if that's actually the case with Ginger HUD, but I wouldn't put it past them to do that for Soulshire. Being like, hey, you have a preview of the score equipment. Now fight this version, which is inherently a lot harder, so that you can craft it. Oh shit, I'm on fire, I'm on fire. Aha! And oh shit! Okay, it does that twice. Okay, so Glavness rules. When enraged, it does stuff. It does some attacks twice. Got it, got it. I call it Glavness rules because, well, that's where I noticed it. That sometimes they'll do an attack twice rather than once. Like Glavness with its tail slam. They'll do it once when it's normal, but when enraged, it'll do it twice in quick succession. Oh yeah, there's no shit you can drop on it now, so... yeah, fair, it sort of does it twice, but it didn't look like it was enraged there. This. Yeah. if you're unsure that you can stay still for... Oh, that's the one I was talking... Oh, this is the attack I was talking about, where you can just stand directly behind it and you won't get hit by it. Okay. I thought it was a different attack that did that. Not the giant fireball, or giant firewall of death. I'm so happy that the support hunters work, in terms of getting targeted, they work the same way the followers did in Oh, evil fucker. But yeah, I'm happy the support hunters work the same way the followers did in Sunbreak, where if they do go down, it doesn't actually count as a card. That extra attack was not worth it. When in doubt, turtle up with a shield. You know, despite it being so warm or cool at the moment, it's actually not that bad. Like, it's not as warm as I thought it was gonna be. Because I was worried it was going to be so warm I would have to cancel the stream, but it ain't. It's actually really nice. Like, it's warm, but not like stupid warm. You know what I mean? How much health does this fucker have? Like, seriously. Oh. Ow. Do not let my guard down there. Literally. Speaking of health, I think... Oh god. What was it? I think I was replying to a tweet from another VTuber. Sidon or something? The one that's a doctor. I can't remember what the original tweet was, but I think it was something like something taking a while, or like something of that nature. And I was like, well, at least it ain't something Virtue from Final Fantasy 11, which takes over 18 hours to complete. And I think his reply was something like I've asked some of my patients about that, and you could see the PTSD in their eyes. You could see the absolute trauma in their eyes from that fight. But apparently he knew some people who did that rage. Yeah, Final Fantasy 14 wasn't their first stab at an MMO. Final Fantasy 11 was. Well, I think Final Fantasy 14 will be remembered for a couple of things. One, being probably one of the few MMOs that can actually rival World of Warcraft for some people. That and how they closed the servers when they ended 1.0. Because, as you guys didn't know, with Final Fantasy XIV, 1.0 was very disastrous of a launch, to the point where they quite literally decided to remake it from the ground up into what we now know as Around the Board. And so they had an event where essentially they're like, yeah, Bahamut's gonna destroy the entirety of the world? This is how long before he does so. And when it happened, you had this glorious cutscene of, well, Bahamut destroying the entire world. That's such a cool idea to tie shutting down the servers like that to an actual in-game event. I love it when they give lore reasons for particular game mechanics, or for game stuff happening. I think we're on the last phase finally. Yep, there's the lightning. Well, I just got my arse saved there. Ow, never mind. On fire, on fire, on fire, on fire, on fire. Pain, pain, pain.
Easy now.
This is a long ass fire, will admit. Alright, that's not why I'm not running. I have my weapon out still. Good to see my spatial awareness in video games. It's just as bad as it is in real life. Uh-oh. Boy! That could have gone bad. That could have gone really badly. I'm glad it didn't. Why won't you effing go down and already? Eep. This is why I prefer a shield rather than being an evasion tank. Although I'd much rather tail up and attempt to try and dodge that shit. Though, at least with discerning dodge, you have the most generous bloody window to pull that. Oh yeah, forget I have the mantle. Why haven't I been using this the entire time? Never mind, it didn't do anything in that particular situation.
Have a nice hunt.
And this is why I hate for feline endurance. Still, the fact that this thing ain't close to death yet. Oh no, wait! Now it's close to bloody death. I just came back, you're not carting me twice. No. Luckily you can pop wounds to actually stop certain attack animations. Or stop attack animations.
Tough it out.
Okay. Well, that's how you sort of do that attack. Okay. And in and out. Dang it. I was gonna see if I can hit the wound before it hit me.
It's crazy. Get out.
You must hold on strong.
Luckily, at this point, its entire body is a weak spot, so... Well, most of it is. Ow! Hot! Hot, 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 hot. God, that was close. Well, I think Capcom heard people were complaining about Worlds being a bit too easy. And, they fucking responded. Okay. Need to sharpen. God damn it. nearly went right into that. We have good news. The tail's off. That's usually a sign it's probably about to die. That and the glowing and the skull icon next to the minimap icon, but hey ho. Yes! First time, baby.
You did it!
And 2 carts later.
It seems that Eric's arrived. Let's head back and see what he's been up to.
How many carts did I get off him? Yeah, these bigger Elder Dragons usually have, I think, something like 4 calves off the body and 2 off the tail. Quickly. And I get the bloody gem from him. Sleep device with attack infusion. That's useless to me because I don't use sleep weapons. I never have done. I never do use them, and I don't really plan to ever use them.
Welcome back.
Well,
I'm glad you're all safe.
Nice job. Now I can continue my research on...
Indeed, but how did Soshia revive?
I've been wondering the same thing. Based on the information we have, my best guess is that it can self-propagate through something akin to asexual reproduction.
So, if some of it somehow survives, even a little piece, it could become another...
That's if it's supplied with energy. Wyveria's final line of defense is nothing to sniff at.
In which case, and I'm simply being honest here.
It's a conundrum. But this region survives despite... No.
So you're saying we just keep an eye on it and make sure...
Well, that's why we're here, isn't it? It's our duty. Jeez. I'm starting...
Yes. Until we understand how Zoshia regenerates, we keep monitoring it and the Dragon Torch. We'll all be working on this problem together. With the Keepers and the All-Harkin's blessing, of course.
Right. We'll see how this unfolds. At the moment, that's our best option.
well, that's that done. Though the fact that is actually a main mission is interesting.
That's the latest. Check back in every meow and again.
Oh, damn. Damn. Yeah, that's more of what I was hoping and seeing. I'm gonna save it as an investigation. But something tells me I am not going anywhere near that kind of level tempered monster anytime soon. Damn.
Wow, we sure got here fast.
Okay, definitely gonna need to decompress for a second after that. I wasn't expecting to actually unlock that particular hunt. Like, at all anytime soon, but since it's technically a main hunt, which is actually interesting that it's a main quest rather than an optional. But I suppose it kind of makes sense. But still, that
Come on over.
let's just say the fucker definitely took a bite out of me, let's just say that much. Right, let's see what it actually has. Ooh. Damn. Part of me wish I did pop the thing. Can't deal additional damage after landing attack. Does not stack. One used with Scorcher does not stack but adds extra fire damage. Okay. What potions do the boar have? Poison and power. Ooh. Damn. Yeah, I think I'm definitely gonna be fighting Zoshi again at some point. Right. Armor. What do we have for the armor? Is it the... Huh. Okay. So, agitator, elemental absorption. Oshia's pulse. Allow the health gauge to continue to recover up to a max value, even if there is no red portion. Oh, I can't remember what the skill's called, but it's basically the set bonus version of a skill. It essentially allows you to just heal naturally, even if you don't have any red portion of your health. Which is and isn't useful, I suppose. It's kinda weird. But yeah, I'm definitely coming back to Zoshia, maybe with... Huh. That one looks really damn cool, actually. Okay. That's definitely on the... I'm going to revisit that, but when I'm a bit more stronger. it is weakest to Dragon Ball, so when I do, I'll probably just make one of I'll probably just make the SNS of it and go from there. Crap. Yeah, I think those are the best hit zones Elementals hit zones I've seen from a monster in this game. Cause, half the time they aren't. No, Gore has some pretty decent ones. Outfield is very much you can use anything. There are some good ones. Hang on a bloody minute. Did they actually? Guys, I think they might have changed hit zones on a lot of elemental hit zones on a lot of monsters, so that element is actually properly viable again. When the hell did they do this? Did they do this like recently or the entire update 1? But I just didn't know this. Like, either way, I'm actually really happy. Cause as someone who really likes using elemental weaknesses against monsters, I see this as an absolute win. Anywho, I should probably do that tempered Rathlos fight now, shouldn't I?
Yeah.
I have 3 separate fucking Arkfeld investigations now. Oh yeah, definitely fighting some more Zoshia if I can. Oh yeah. Alright, now that we've done that, nearly an hour detour of Zoshia, we can get back to hunting Rathlosses. And like I said, I'll probably try fight Zoshia again off stream, but maybe using one of Zoshia weapons, maybe the SNS most likely, because that served me really well.
Target sighted.
I know.
Let's begin then.
Dang it. You know, the only issue about this setup, I don't have a lot of stamina related skills, which would be really nice to have, because I do seem to struggle sometimes with the standing dodge. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god.
Come on, you're better than this.
Hit. Well, damn. Graphlos never go down easy. That's kind of the beauty of it. Hit.
Hang in there.
Makes sense why I've been seeing damage numbers be that bit higher. If they have retweaked elemental hit zones on monsters to be a lot more potent. Still preferred how they showed it in the Hunter handbook in Rise, where they actually show the values rather than the star rating. Yeah, I should probably be using flash pods, shouldn't I?
Let's go.
I can still fire on them to build up the blast. This is kind of the main bit of prep I want to do before Part Update 2. Just... oh cool, you can discerning dodge roars. Ow! The only thing about playing a lot of bow and sword and shield If you're playing it on console, like I am, your left finger is going to hate you after a while. I know this because my left finger now hates me right now. Yep. Yeah, I do think a bit more constitution would be the icing on the cake for this app. Especially because I do main Sword and Shield and Bow in this game. Oh, damn, this is one Peppered Rathalos I really don't want to go down. I suppose that's kind of the whole point of monsters. You know, Tempered Mizutsune is also an 8-star monster. Does that mean Tempered Legaicus is gonna be like that as well? Oh shit, my food buff is about to go down. Okay. Wrapping this up quickly would be a good idea.
After it.
Oh. I could quickly top up for stuff. Yeah. Right.
Guess I'm on guard duty.
How many of these do I need? I need about 8. Well, as long as I can make one of the, upgrade one of my Rathalos weapons to max. I'll be happy. Ouch.
Get out! Come on, you're better than this.
We must fall back.
The hell? When was that a lot quicker?
Bring this to a close.
Okay, it's nearly down. Okay. Good, good. Well, so much for sleep bombing it. That seems a bit quicker than it. Ha! If I can learn the timing of if I can learn the timing of dodging the rise move. Yeah, it does seem a bit quicker. Ow.
Does this look bad to you?
At least tempered stuff don't one-shot like it did in Iceborne. Then again, Iceborne was Master Rank, so what are the chances that they are gonna just start one-shotting you? That's one thing I always really disliked about tempered monsters in Iceborne. Some of the ones that have no business one-shotting you, one-shot you. Like, everyone's done the Nightshade Palomu urgent, the tempered Nightshade Palomu urgent. I know how utter BS that. Then again, it does sleep you first, which I think, like the monsters, actually makes it so that the next thing that hits you deals double damage. So in that one instance, it makes sense because you're asleep.
Hit it with everything.
There we go. Okay, if I can upgrade one of the raffles,
You succeeded, thanks to your
I think I'll be happy.
This thing's a trove of new data.
This is why I hate this bloody hunter symbol system. Again, afflicted materials weren't as bad because they gave you a good amount of them. Like, it does not feel like it's respecting my time in this particular instance. yeah, it's just kind of annoying that. Let's see what Agozi has for me.
Don't be shy.
Ah, Raffian Longsword. Longsword's actually pretty fun in this game, I'm not gonna lie.
Hope it serves you well.
Silver eggs, Dankons, smoke bombs, Raffles parts, Cuckoo parts, max potion. I rarely use these. I never use those.
I
By
heard from the
Castle.
others. Yes. They said this was our share from the Fire Spring Festival.
Trade. Think of notes. Not really, unfortunately. No, never mind. High grade materials.
Goodbye.
Hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, I have a lot of optionals I need to do. Maybe we can make that a point or maybe not next week, cause I might not stream Monster Hunter next week, just to take a bit of a break from it. But week after that is presumably when Tile Update 2 comes out, because they seem to do their updates on a Friday, and they said it will be end of the month. 27th very much speaks to me as feeling both of those criteria. And then week after that, I'm taking the week off streaming for family related reasons that I'm not really gonna go into. It's not anything bad or anything like that, so you don't have to worry there.
A supply shipment's come in. Hope you find something useful.
Yeah. Stream's been unusually stable, stream health wise. which is actually rather nice for a change. Maybe the fan I have on in my room actually really does help.
Discretion over valor, friend.
Ow.
Easy now.
But yeah, first week of July I will be taking that off streaming. Now I'll probably still do my other bits and bobs, like me shorts and that. Yeah, I just need to just not stream that particular week. I have never heard her say that line. And she is the last character I expect out of the Sport Hunters to have a cheesy one-liner like that. Hilariously derailing one-liner. I am hilarious and you'll quote everything I say. God, I cannot do a DBZA Nappa voice for the life of me. The only voice I can seemingly do is Big the Cat. But what happens if I make it edgy and cool? Am I Shadow the Hedgehog the ultimate life form yet? Yeah, I'm definitely listening to that back, because I might see, because I'm curious to see if I can actually do a decent Shadow impression. Can I do a Jet impression? I really want to see if I can do a Jet impression before Crossworlds drops. No way, I'm going to lose. It's been a bunch of koalas at me. Well, that's the last time I'm fucking with any more red boxes. Last time it's been a bunch of koalas at me. I almost drowned like Scrooge McDuck. I'm gonna say 50-50 on that. I can't really do, like, screechy voices particularly well. Hell, I can't do voices particularly well. Other than Big the Cat. This also low-key means Big the Cat on extreme gear.
Hold on strong.
No, even better. Omega on extreme gear. Please tell me we can put Omega on extreme gear. Because that would be amazing. Fuck you, Shadow the Hedgehog. You don't control my life. Ah. You know what? Fuck this, I'm gonna go hang with Shadow. He lets me watch Purple. Omega sweetie, where are you going? Why does it look like I'm going fishing with Big? When did you go fishing with Big? I don't fucking know. Okay, yep, I've established that I can do a half-decent Omega impression. And yeah, don't ask about that. The inner machinations of my mind are a mystery even to me. And how I'm able to do that whilst fighting Rathlos is another story. Hey, Monsanto was one of comfort games for a reason. I can actually head empty half his shit. You know, after experimenting with my Omega impression, part of me really wishes I could. Sonic Heroes was on Steam. And part of me wishes I had a better laptop so I could stream the adventure game still. But hey ho. See, that's a thing. Even if I do get a better laptop, so I can stream PC games, it would be more so I can use it to stream old games that get ported to PC. I've already said that one of the things I really want to stream one day is Sonic Adventure 2. And maybe start being able to stream Art Nights again, because honestly, IS runs make for some really good streaming material.
Okay, Trap, do your thing.
Oh god, there is a tempered Rathian and a tempered Mizutsune.
Let's take a quick break.
Yeah, that's not slightly terrifying at all. Restocked and ready to go. There's probably a high chance this is gonna be me last hunt for the day. Yeah, shit, that is a tempered Mizu. Which are... well... need I remind you, 8-star hunts. And that bitch is going in the direction of Arathlos. So let me just palm you in the face real quick. How much damage is like one of those with power pellet? Ow. That's a lot of damage.
It's on its last legs. What's your move?
How do we tackle that?
Yeah, it's gonna bug off back up to the treetops now. No, it's still attacking. God damn it. The idea was to let it go to sleep so we can blow it up. Ow! Did the fire tick actually kill me then? Because it seems like it.
I'm glad you're alright. Don't worry, you'll get him next time.
Huh. I don't usually come this often, but sometimes that does happen. Whoa! Really? No. Fuck! Son of a... Ow. It grabbed me the second I wanted the thing and then just insta-killed me. Okay, that's a level of bullshit I don't want to see with, Master Rank tempered monsters. Now the look on that seems about saying. There we go.
Ooh, that one had me nervous.
And I got a left lost ruby out of that. Nice.
It looks like the monster dropped something.
Not that you really need the gem for weapon upgrades much. And it fucking did it again. Okay, yeah. I think one thing I would like to see them do is add an option to trade in enough. Well, you can. I would like to say I would. What? I would like to see them add an option that allows you to trade in monster parts to get hunter symbol. Because then you get situations like that which are really annoying. Anywho, like I said, I'm making that the last hunt for the day. And we'll go to the chatty what's it for a bit? And on thing. Yeah. Well, I do wonder about, like, chatting bit. Could I potentially think about doing it at the beginning of the stream rather than after the stream? I know some people sandwich it in between. Well, sandwich the juicy gameplay or stream idea in between. Oh wow, the disc is warm. But, yeah. Part of me just prefers doing it after to sort of so that we can wind down a bit. I mean, and other various things. Now, reflect on the day's events. Sorry, I'm just kind of listening out for thunder a bit, because we're apparently getting a thunderstorm tonight. Because they'll hopefully start cooling everything down. Or at least for over the weekend. Apparently it's going to be like, pretty warm next couple of weeks in general. What's next week saying for us Brits? Or at least in my part. Seeing 24's over the weekend, then it's shooting back up to like 25s, 26s. We 27 on during the day on Tuesday. Oh, it doesn't look like it might be a bit cooler during the evening that day as well. And it was maybe I wouldn't mind actually doing a 3-day stream week, so that we've sort of done one somewhat recently before I go on a bit of a have that week streaming break. Actually, it doesn't generally look too bad. Like, it's warm during the day, but honestly, I don't really find that much of an issue. Why? I think I've gone over this. Can't remember if I have. My room during the day is actually rather cool. And it has to be something like 30 plus degrees or something for me to have the fan I have on in here when it is on full. Because I only have one of those little not a tiny desk fan, but like a big fan. Not one of the massive fans either, but one of those medium-sized desk fans. Oh. Sort of thing. You're very sort of you can buy it anywhere kind of desk fan. You know? But I should probably think about maybe trying to find some more cutscene music. I don't know. has taken it out of me a bit. All because it's just kind of warm in here. Warm, but not like hot. But warm enough that it's sort of... I could easily curl up into a ball and go to sleep kind of warm. Yeah. I'll probably do some more grinding off speed as well. Well, I have literally started 2 games on multiple... two saves on multiple games at this point. Hopefully I'll bloody finish... turn my next definitive edition off at this time. As well as Metroid Dread. And hopefully one of the Castlevania games on the Advanced Collection. Not Circle of the Moon though, cause stood that one. Like seriously, you really only get your stuff from equipment and consumables from grinding. And they make the drop rates utterly fucking ridiculous. Well, with Metroid Dread, I kind of forgot how terrifying the Emmy can be. And how tense it is. I usually don't like having that sort of stalker enemy type thing, but I don't know, I think it just kind of works for Metroid. Not saying that I want that to be a thing in all 2D Metroid games. Well, as for Metroid Prime 4, I'm curious about it, but I haven't played any of the 3D Metroid games. But I'm curious about it. Well, the fact that it has a Switch 2 edition makes me think you can also get it on Switch 1. On the OG Switch. And I will say this, like, does anyone get the sense with Metroid Prime 4 that it is going to be the last Metroid Prime game? Because it does feel like it's going to be a case of Silex really is the last lingering plot thread from a Metroid Prime game. And once he's dealt with, I think that is going to potentially go into the event, transition quite nicely into events of Metroid Samus Returns, or Metroid 2. Well, let's just say the remake for the sake of one consistency, because some people do say that the remakes take priority over the originals in terms of canonicity. Not always though, but sometimes they do. Well, a lot of the times they do. So, yeah. But yeah, I'm kinda knackered a bit, so go over the schedule. Find it. Yo. Oh yeah, we did Monster Hunter today. Took a over a half-hour detour of Zoshia. And well, I actually didn't really need to grind much for Mix Set. Like, because I already technically had one set up. Well, the parts necessary to make one. It's just I need to sort out the decos for that. And maybe the Still don't know if I want to go like burst charm, so that with the chest I can go for. Oh, I still don't know if I want to go stick with a burst charm, and then leave that last level 3 slot for a burst echo, or go with a weakness exploit charm if that can be upgraded to level 2, and go with a burst chest and waste instead. I don't know. As for tomorrow, honestly I am August. I don't want to do Marvel Rivals because we did that last year. As much as I really would like to stream the Outfront simulation, I've actually been having a bit of fun with that. Just don't play it when your head's in a bit of a funk. You're gonna find yourself rage quitting it more times than you think. Trust me on that. But yeah. Anywho. Yeah, I'm definitely. So, yeah. I think I'm gonna let you all go. Evening, morning or afternoon. So as always, thank you all so much for popping in. Been great having y'all, and you are all very welcome back. I hope you all stay safe and have a wonderful rest of your day. And I will see you tomorrow for a game stream of some description. And yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. Alrighty. Good night, everybody, and see you tomorrow. And I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. Good night.